It would appear that the concept that whoever owns the sea also owns the earth is still applicable in today's world. This is mostly due to the fact that the ocean is now the medium to transport military forces, which can be utilized to launch strategic strikes. This is evidenced by the fact that the United States has 10 airstrike groups and dozens of nuclear submarines that patrol the world's oceans, giving the country unparalleled power. But how does the US maintain its dominance over the waters? Before we see this, let's first explore the dangers the US faces. Putin's plans are pretty evil. He clearly votes for the Belgorod nuclear submarine, which is armed with 6 to 8 Poseidon nuclear attack drones equipped with thermonuclear weapons on board. These drones have the ability to travel hundreds of miles covertly at depths of up to 0.6 miles and explode off the coast of the United States. So what kind of defense can be mounted against such a terrifying weapon? The submarines of the Virginia nuclear attack fleet. These fourth-generation submarines are assigned with the mission of independently conducting covert special operations, including those in shallow water areas, as well as strikes against ground targets utilizing cruise missiles launched from ships at sea, providing anti-submarine defense for warships and convoys, fighting on communications to hinder the enemy's ability to ship goods, and so on. The search for strategic underwater missile carriers belonging to the likely adversary will also be one of the primary goals of this type of submarine. The creation of the Virginia class of boats so soon after the Seawolf class, which was supposed to take the place of the Los Angeles class and whose lead ship entered service in July 1997, may appear to be a bit unusual. The Seawolf class was supposed to replace the Los Angeles class. However, it is now considered something of a relic of the Cold War. Their primary mission, hunting for, locating, and destroying Russian Navy submarines, gradually became less of a priority due to increased competition. The United States of America is currently in a position to preserve its global preeminence with less expensive strategies. Because of this, the model of the new nuclear submarine was given the go-ahead for approval in the year 1991. The light version of Seawolf was to be constructed by General Dynamics, Electric Boat, and Huntington Ingalls Industries, and thus 2004 marked the beginning of service for the lead Virginia SN-774. The United States Navy presently operates 21 submarines of the Virginia class, and Montana is the most recent one. There are going to be a total of 38 submarines built in this class, and 34 have been given names. But what exactly is the Seawolf light version? The fundamental technical specifications include a length of roughly 113 meters, a beam of 10.2 meters, and a submerged displacement of 7,300 tons, which is less than that of the submarine Seawolf, which has 9,137 tons. The vessel has the standard hull configuration for US submarines, and the major ballast tanks are located in the bow and stem fairings of the ship. The hull layout of Virginia is quite comparable to that of Los Angeles, except for the presence of an underwater sabotage exit chamber. A specialized hydroacoustic coating is put on top of the hull, which has been partitioned into 4 separate compartments. The nuclear reactor of the power station is an S9G type capable of producing 210 megawatts of thermal power, and there will be a gap of 33 years before the reactor needs to have its fuel replaced. The propeller shaft is rotated by 2 turbines that have a power output of 40,000 horsepower each, and a water jet serves as the vessel's means of forward motion. A noise level that is lower than that of Russian boats of the 4th generation of the Project 971 Skua B, or according to NATO classification, Akula, will be provided by such propulsions in conjunction with the coating. There are 3 different kinds of armaments on board: the missiles, mine torpedoes, and hydroacoustic. The subsonic cruise missiles and Tomahawks are housed in the vertical launchers, make up most of the missile systems. The vessel is equipped with 12 launchers, each of which can fire 1 missile. According to the most recent update for Block 5, however, for those boats that have not been built yet, there will be 4 launchers, and each one will have space for 6 missiles. The cruise missiles that will be used by the new submarine is the BGM-109 Tomahawk Block 4, which is considered to be the most recent upgrade of this missile. This modification enables the missile to be redirected while it is in flight. The missile also has the ability to barge while it is waiting for attack orders, which significantly boosts the weapon's level of adaptability and versatility. Each Virginia-class submarine has 4 torpedo tubes of 533 mm in diameter, each of which can accommodate a single Mk-48 ADV-CAP Mod 6 torpedo. Torpedoes of the Gold Mk-48 variety are intended for use by fast-moving submarines against surface targets. Additionally, these torpedoes are equipped with a multi-assault system. The range of the torpedo is up to 23 miles when traveling at 55 knots and up to 30 miles when traveling at 40 knots. The highest depth that may be reached while underwater is 800 meters. It's also possible that the submarines will be armed with harpoon missiles rather than torpedoes in the future. This is because the maximum shooting range of this small-sized missile is between 56 to 137 miles, and its warhead has a fusing capacity of 500 pounds. A potent sonar system is installed in each of the Virginia submarines so that they can carry out their anti-submarine job as efficiently as possible. The ANBQQ-10 sonar system, which was tested on the Seawolf, is a component of the acoustic weaponry that is provided by Virginia Hydro. Nevertheless, their choice resulted in several challenges. The diameter of the hull in Virginia was only 10.4 meters compared to 12.9 meters on the Seawolf. This disparity of 2.5 meters dictated that the forward end of the ship had to be larger than it was on the Seawolf. The vessel was forced to give up its large aperture onboard hydroacoustic antennas, the ANBQG-5D, for the more lightweight ANBQG-5A. Has a conspicuous chin at the forward end of the vessel. This chin held a new antenna that had a high resolution, and not only did this enable the submarine to navigate confidently close to uneven ground, but it also enabled it to look for additional mines that had been installed above ground. In order to search for mines in the water column, the capabilities of the antenna in the chin are complemented by the capabilities of the antenna that is placed in the bow of the fence. The purpose of this is to ensure the covert boarding of anti-submarine groups along the occupied coastline. When the Virginia submarine was submerged, its locked chamber included a 9-seater seating arrangement that allowed scuba divers and members of special forces to have access to and accommodations for themselves. The submarine also lacks a conventional periscope. A telescoping tower that serves multiple purposes and does not penetrate the roof terrain has been installed in its place. It comes complete with a TV camera that can send images to the screen with the use of a fiber optic cable. Radio, electronic resistance, and communication antennas, in addition to the infrared surveillance sensors, were all housed in the central post. The price of the lead Virginia submarine was set at $3.272 billion, and the units that later followed cost over $2 billion. However, for a price that is about equivalent to that of the Seawolf, the Virginia class is not up to par relatively.